Hello everyone and welcome to another video from the J Gaming Tech channel. So we're going to be discussing the Xbox Series S, and it has been leaked and it has a crazy low price point of $299. This is incredible because this would really just go to show that Microsoft is really trying to compete against Sony in this generation, in this coming generation. Um, and if you look at it, it's very much more thinner than the Xbox Series X. It also doesn't have a disk drive, obviously, and that's already been discussed in the past that the Xbox Series S is not supposed to have a disk drive. Now, this is a major competing thing that Microsoft is doing to compete against Sony, because as far as we can tell, the PlayStation 5 price, let's go take a look at that right now real quick. The price point for the PlayStation 5 is about $499. At least that's the price of it so far. And if you look at that price difference, it's actually big. It's a big difference because it's a $200 difference between buying a PlayStation 5 and buying an Xbox Series S. Now, this is basically a major advantage that Microsoft has given themselves over Sony and its PlayStation 5. However, while this seems like it's good news, and it is good news because it's a more affordable console for people to get, and I'm sure this would most likely result in people buying more Xboxes than PlayStations unless Sony comes up with a countermeasure to it, which if they want to be smart about it, then I assume that they would come up with a countermeasure to that price point. They would have to if they want to compete in all fronts on this properly. But there is an issue, a very major issue, very big issue, that both sides have in common, and that is the lack of exclusives coming out at launch of both of them consoles. Let's talk about that real quick. So let's take a look at the confirmed PlayStation 5 games. Okay, so in this article here, here's the list of PS5 exclusives that are coming out. It's not a very long list, isn't it? It's not a whole lot of games, not a whole lot of options. I would like them to see. I would like them to make a sequel to Killzone Shadowfall. That would at least give another good option there, and make me more tempted to get a PlayStation. Um, and let's take a look at the Xbox now. See what's going on there. Okay, here we go. So you see a lot of TBAs here, which means to be announced. So here we go. We got Assassin's Creed Valhalla coming out apparently on November 17th, 2020, this year. Got to be announced, but it's supposed to be coming on 2020. Crossfire X. Cool. Drift 5, 2020. Dragon's Quest, December 4th, 2020. Look at all these 2021s that we're seeing here. A lot of 2021s here. Even some 2022s here. That's not good. Halo Infinite was supposed to be coming out this year, but due to developing issues, it got delayed to next year, 2021. So as you can see, just some 2020s here, but not a whole lot. So the Xbox Series X is on the same boat as the PlayStation 5. It really just doesn't have enough exclusives coming out. So let's get back to discussing the Xbox Series S for a second. So yeah, it's a small console. It's looks very durable, and also it is tempting to get for people that want to save money, not spend a whole bunch of money and um, on a console. If they don't feel like spending $500 like people usually do um, every generation, these consoles come out, or sometimes $1,000 total because you got some people that buy both consoles. In fact, there's a lot of people that tend to buy both consoles. Um, Although that's not always true. Most people tend to just keep one and not buy the other. But there's a good sum in between that buy both and that end up spending about 1,000 or close to it. So people are just tired of it, and people that are tired of spending that kind of money are just going to settle for the $299 Xbox Series X, uh, Xbox Series S, I meant to say, and call it a day. But in the end of the day, there's a big problem that both the PlayStation and the Xbox are failing to address at this time. They do not have as much exclusives as they used to. That's a fact. Let's just go back to the Xbox Series S. Uh, I mean, the Xboxes in general, really. The Xbox games like Rise Son of Rome, Halo, are all on the computer. They've been on the computer for some time now, and pretty much every Halo game's on the computer except for, um, I mean, really Halo 4, but not for long. It's coming out pretty soon here. And Halo Infinite is going to be coming out on the computer too. And it's already on Steam. Um, I mean, it's being displayed on Steam, that is. But even Gears games are on Steam too. Like when they did the Gears of War Ultimate Edition, that brought Gears of War back on Steam. They got Gears of War 4, they got Gears 5 on Steam. It's so even the Gears games, the Halo games, Rise Son of Rome, major exclusives are not exclusives anymore. And I think it's a pretty safe bet that Halo 5 Guardians will be making its way to the computer too, because it would be kind of stupid for them to release every Halo game on the computer except Halo 5 Guardians. Makes no sense. But anyway, that aside, both consoles need exclusives. It would help if they were to bring back the um, franchises like MechAssault, make a sequel to that, call it MechAssault 3. Um, and another one they could do is that the PlayStation could do that is release a sequel to Killzone Shadowfall. Get a Killzone 5 out there. That would tempt Killzone fans to get back on the PlayStation. So to get themselves a PlayStation 5. Give people more reasons to buy these consoles. Because here's the thing. Both sides do not like the fact that they have to pay online, pay for online services, PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live. On PlayStation, it used to be free to play online during the days of the PlayStation Free. But ever since the PlayStation 4, people had to cough up money to pay for PlayStation Plus. Ridiculous. Sony used to have a major advantage against the Xbox by having free online services. But no, that just went away. Here's the thing. You want to get on Steam? You want to be a computer gamer? You don't have to pay for online services. You pay for your internet. It should stop right there. Everything else should be free. Well, I've agreed. Now, yes, if it's a massive multiplayer online game, MMO game, and it's entirely online, I guess I understand. But my point is, this is ridiculously unnecessary. Like these subscriptions for PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live. Come on. Come on. Really? They're making enough money. They got people buying consoles. It's coughing up hundreds of dollars in every purchase, in each purchase that an individual makes to a console. Why the additional costs? Is it not enough that people buy games, cough up $60 every time when it comes out new and fresh? Ridiculous. But anyway, I mean, this is why computer gaming is on the rise. People don't like it anymore. People are tired of it. And both companies are trying to aggressively move forward with and upgrade their consoles and make them look like mini PCs. But you know what? I'm sorry. These consoles have always have been mini PCs technically, because the Xbox, I mean, isn't its operating system from a derivative of Windows? And both consoles rely on on computers in one way or another to be manufactured. Essentially, my point is these consoles are just downgraded computers anyway. They just are. They're low-grade computers. The graphics are supposed to be like a cheaper way a cheaper version of a souped up gaming computer with a powerful and beautiful graphics card. Basically, it's they're pretending to be powerful computers when they're not, essentially. So yeah, people are tired of it. People are tired of it. They're tired of this crap. I'm like, you know what? I can spend the same amount of money or just a little bit more money and get me a souped up computer. Why do I need these consoles? Well, let's go back to the PlayStation Now, actually. Let's talk about the PlayStation Now, I mean to say. We're going to get back to the Xbox for in a second. That's what I meant to say. But let's talk about the PlayStation for a minute. Why buy a PlayStation? Why? You could just subscribe to PlayStation Now and stream PlayStation games on your computer. I've played on PlayStation Now, not so long ago, and will again. And I played Killzone Shadowfall, Killzone 3, even Killzone 2 and Killzone 1 on there. And the streaming has gotten a lot better. I can play them actually, because back then, years back when I tried it, it was a mess. But now the streaming is quite good. Very little lag. I can play it. It's great. And I have everything that I need on PlayStation Now, and I can play PlayStation games on the computer. Perfectly fine. Why do I need a PlayStation? I have no reason to buy a PlayStation 5. None. I don't need them. Don't need those PlayStations. I don't need them. Let's talk about the Xbox Live and Xbox Series X. Why do I need to buy that? I have the exclusives on the computer. Halo. I probably would have bought it just to get Halo. But no, Halo's coming on the computer too. Halo Infinite is coming on the computer. Let's just be real, folks. I'm just trying to say, let's just be real. These are both good reasons, very good reasons, not to buy either console. I'm not trying to get anybody to buy a computer and be a computer gamer. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to say, I just want people to think. Look where these consoles are going. They're going down the drain. They're becoming irrelevant. People are going to be migrating to the computer. And over time, eventually, there's not going to be a whole lot of people buying consoles anymore. And the thing is, if Sony is bringing streaming services, basically a Netflix gaming service, PlayStation Now, that's essentially what it is, on the computer, and the Xbox Series X, I mean, Halo Infinite's coming to the computer too. Why are they bringing these games on the computer? Has it already been happening anyway, regardless of these mistakes that both companies have made? It's like they're aware of what's happening. Because why do they feel the need to move these games to the computer? Perhaps these are not mistakes, but these are deliberate acts of recognition that the computer gaming community is growing rapidly, and they know it. And regardless of what they do, they can't do a damn thing about it. So they're going to capitalize on it. Move marketing to the computer. Move games to the computer, essentially. Make it possible to play PlayStation games on the computer through streaming. Make it possible to play Xbox games on the computer by literally importing them on the computer and making it possible for people to purchase these games on the computer. So yeah, something big is going on here. Something very big is going on here. And it's not a good path these consoles are going on, either way. This is just more and more proof that the computer gaming generations is on the rise. And every generation that passes, only more and more people are moving to the computer. Well, this is an interesting marketing move at the Xbox Series S is, in the end of the day, as I talked about here, both consoles have got problems. And they're not on good paths here, both of them. Willie, what I'm seeing here is we're going to be seeing a repeat of what happened this generation with the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. We're on a road to repeat it again. The disaster that this generation was. Both consoles had very serious problems with both online services, um, sluttering going on the Xbox One, and UI issues, whereas on the PlayStation 4, just even it had problems with having lag issues when playing games even offline. So yeah, I remember playing like Call of Duty Ghost on the PlayStation 4, and I experienced lag offline. It was ridiculous. Not all the time, but sometimes it was very annoying. So both consoles have some very serious issues. And the Xbox One, the Kinect is just a waste of money and space and those purchases. I'm like, it just didn't work very well, and they got to the point to where they abandoned the Kinect altogether. Totally absurd. Well, I guess another good news is it looks like that backwards compatibility is going to be a big thing here. Um, but I'm not even sure if that's going to make much of a difference. Like I said before, both consoles seem to be going downhill here. This is not a good sign that this coming generation is going to bring promising changes here. The only thing that I'm seeing is that more games are coming to the computer. That's it. That's good news for the computer gaming, I guess, but not for console gaming, not at all. Computer gaming has like skyrocketed. But anyway, that's it. I'm done. Just wanted to make those points because I think they are valid and legitimate points. I loved playing on these consoles back in the day, but these these people just got to change their game if they want these consoles to be better off. That is. But no, it seems like these mistakes are so ridiculous that I'm having a hard time believing this is by accident. They're both recognizing the. I mean, think about it. Is moving PlayStation Now to the computer and the Xbox games, major exclusive Xbox games to the computer, is that just some marketing decision or what have you, or is it some random act, or is this stupidity, or is it more likely that they are recognizing that okay, the computer gaming is on the rise and we gotta do something, we gotta capitalize on that? I think the latter is the case. All right. Well, that brings this video to an end. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. And I will see all you later. Thank you for watching.